Welcome back to the channel. Doing a little more cutting for Dallas's grandpa. He's helping me work on the head. We got started a little bit last weekend and then broke the combine, broke the head, broke the sickle. So we had to stop, let it dry out a little bit. It's 50 degrees today. That's probably as good as it's gonna get because it's getting to be middle of December. We're not gonna get too many more opportunities to take these beans out. So follow along, should be a fun little video. We want to replace some fingers, so we're getting stuck bolts out. Had Dallas grind it flat, then take the cutting wheel and cut an X in it, and then chip it away. He's getting that plate hammered smooth, but here's what we were working with. Just a froze up bolt. These are kind of cheesy anyway, so got some new ones. And then we've got fingers there, missing, and one of these, this one broken. On these auger platforms, they just split out the end and fall out, so all the pieces are there. We just needed this finger. Putting it together with the parts that we got, and we've got a pile of parts in there. That's pretty funny. Got our auger fingers replaced. Check the oil. Good to fire it up now. Time to get to work. Dallas is a big Ford guy now. That Cheap Truck Challenge truck. Got a bit of a leak at the multi-coupler. So, let's double check that we're cleaned. Leaking out of that valve. Hold the phone. Leaking out of this valve here. Get her cleaned up. This hasn't given us any fits yet, but it sure has saved a lot of time with how handy it is. Clean that side up. That punched back in. So this does all hydraulics, all the header height electronics, and then does the pins to lock the feeder house plate on. All right. We'll just keep our eye on that today. We got some beans to cut now. Tell it was a little muddy and we were pushing a little bit when we tried last weekend. Made our lap around. Look what the cat drug in.
Let's trade this thing in.
How you doing, Zach? It's about time you show up for harvest.
Yeah, we only got like 40 acres left.
We're just pushing a little dirt so Zach got out and cleaned it off. We probably need to roll his head back a little bit, but with the little bit we got to do, I really don't want to mess with those turnbuckles because they look all rusty.
Plus, we're going to a bigger header. We're going to be going to a 40-footer draper.
I was thinking 50.
50. Yeah, we got good deals on those.
This field's rocky, but we're feeding all right. I think every time we bunch up like that, it's because there's a rock in there. I have to stop and back up a little bit. Oh, I accidentally pressed that. Let's kick her back on. Lay it out. Number 2. Someone send a draper my way.
Rocks.
Plugged her up. A couple rocks over there, and then we had, you guys can probably see it, one rock right there. This is a hillside. I don't think the camera's going to show it, but all the topsoil just erodes away and leaves rocks. On our last lap around, opening her up. I've got a 2630 display. I didn't have really anything set up, but I did figure out how to get it to paint. And then I think Zach's going to help us get the yield to work, which I don't think I don't know if I have a problem with my yield monitor or what, but it didn't seem to be working before the display, so we'll see what he can do. We're auto tracking. Pretty neat. And Jeff, if you're watching, Zach couldn't figure out how to get the yield monitor to work.
Call me, so. Jeff, I need help.
Next harvest, you're gonna have to come out.
Yeah.
It happens, it's alright, Zach.
Yeah, it's okay.
That was pretty dang cool. Spun around, Okay, grab the line itself. I got it set at 34 foot. Looks like that's perfect. We're auto tracking. Zach's flying the drone. We're dumping on the go. Track's making quick work of it. Zach's learning how to fly the drone. Running pretty good. It's 50 degrees out today. The sun's shining a little bit, so much better conditions for cutting beans in December. So nice to be able to drop in a field with auto track wherever you want. Just start cutting a straight line across. Cutting back up the hill. Dallas is in the grain cart over there, and then we've cut the far third, the middle third, we have this third, and then we have a little bitty strip in the trees over there. It's pretty nice to be able to get a whole header's length on auto track. Drone's dying on Zach. And get a whole header's width. I've got a few inches, so it'd be 3 inches either side of play worked into it, and makes this combine really, really efficient. Taking a break for a second, gonna check the splice and make sure everything is tight on it. That way it doesn't come apart on us again. Let's see. What size was that? Can't remember if it was metric or standard. Must be standard if it's an 11. Alright. Need it a little bit. Don't want it coming apart and ruining on our day. We're making real quick progress out there, and it's got plenty of daylight left. So I think we're good to go though. Dallas, what the heck do you got there?
New hat.
New hat. Ag Power John Deere hats.
Heck yeah.
And he didn't even take your Heartland. What's this? You still got your case hat on? What are you doing? I don't think his grandpa's gonna approve of that one. Speaking of free stuff, Dallas just pulled a Snicker bar out, but the guys from John Deere, don't want to hit the tractor. Guys from John Deere gave me an A&I Products little cooler. So we got our snacks and drinks and stuff in there. So if you're watching this, thank you. Appreciate it. This is Dallas's first time ever seeing auto track. Dallas, you gonna put some John Deere auto track in your case tractor? No. Why not? I bet he will. We've just got this little bitty patch left. It's probably 2 or 3 acres. I think taking the time to fix those feeder house fingers helped us feed in the crop a lot better and let us run a little bit faster today. We've got a little strip here. We're gonna get the header angled to the left and then sneak around these trees and cut this little patch up in there. drop the head back down and want to show Dallas how to start an AB line. So I'm going to open this up and hopefully we have a little bit left in the middle. Got auto track set up. Should have 2 passes. So running an AB line is as simple as setting A, set B, and then it chooses, well, you kind of choose the direction and it snaps some straight lines out there in the field. So when I press the number 2 preset, that sets the head down. The height sensor kicks on the mapping. Number 2 also starts the auto steer. And then it also has our Hydroflex pressure preset, 1500. So it's good to get all that stuff ironed out. And then Jeff will get the yield reporting or yield mapping. We'll get that all set up. We're gonna dump our last load. We're almost up to the windows in the grain tank. We're gonna get over here, get dumped. Dumping. 7120 Magnum did a good job today. What do you think, Zach? Not a bad tractor?
No, actually, it's pretty comfortable and everything worked on it. So.
Oh yeah, you did drive it a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think it's try PTO or nothing like that. Maybe you know, a good
Magnum in your future?
Yeah, maybe a Magnum in the future here.
Oh, hold on, Zach. Cover up that logo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The old Brandt 672's almost full.
Should have bought that 1100.
Should have bought that 1100. That's all she wrote, folks. Got the reel latch on each side set on for the cylinder, and then Dallas is getting around hooked. We're gonna set it on the trailer and get out of here. Zach's gonna get her set on the Stud King 42. We'll get her strapped down. Might need to get over a little bit.
Oh wait, you know what I'm thinking?
Not looking too bad. Oh, Zach, too far forward.
Yeah, you know what I'm thinking.
Zach got pretty close his first shot. He was about 6 inches too far to the left. Gonna give her another go. Those Hydroflex brackets on the bottom are a little tricky. So you can't set the bracket or set them on the bracket. You've got to get the bracket on that round tube. Looks like he's gonna be good. We go check the other side. Magnum's got a load on her. Sun going down. It's gonna be a pretty sunset today. Oh yeah, it's perfect. I'm gonna go check the other side again. Run, Forrest, run. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Very good. Get that nasty stuff off of there. Getting moved out of here. Totaled out. Insurance combine. Put over 300 acres on her this year. Header from the auction. Header trailer from Ag Power. Farm truck from the auction. If you guys are new here, I'd appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. It's pretty wild. This was a totaled out insurance salvage combine. And it's out making money. Snaking on back through the trees. Looks like these hooligans got the old truck stuck.
I can't go back and I can't go forward.
That's pretty funny. What?
Push this thing out the combine, I guess.
We should have got our bald tires on. Zach said I'm a tight ass. You guys let me know down below what tires you'd put on the old cheap farm truck. Alright, we gotta turn our lock outs on. There we go. Oh, you think you got it, Zach? They didn't have the hubs locked in. These old pickups.
Yeah.
Got her in 4 low or 4 high? 4 high. That works. That works.
All right, watch
Hold
out.
on, hold on.
Cover.
See what we got. Uh-oh. Back her up. Now give her the beans. Oh yeah. She sounds pretty pretty dang good. Zach, if you're watching this, we'll make you wash the old pickup now. That's funny right there. We'll get us some better tires on there. One thing at a time though. I got her in third gear with the shifter right there. We're cruising. The A&I lunchbox, riding shotgun. For those of you who don't know, A&I is like John Deere's cheaper part option, so you can go buy a John Deere genuine part, or you can go buy an A&I part, and they also have other makes of tractor brands that they service as well. Believe it or not, this is my first time riding the combine all year. I usually get my brothers to do it. It's going 21 mile an hour. A little bit of a bouncy ride. Well folks, that's going to do it for this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. We'll catch you on the next